Hey Victoria, here's a little video showing you how to use a bike turn box. And you'll find these bike turn boxes at the intersections along the protected two-way cycle lane facility. You're going to use these turn boxes to enter and exit the protected bike lanes. We'll start with the simplest turn, how you enter the cycling facility when turning right. You're going to want to check for pedestrians and then ride right into the facility. Now let's look at a left-hand turn when you're on the same side of the intersection as the protected bike lanes. This entails making a two-stage turn. The cyclist starts by making the right-hand turn into the protected bike lanes, and then he turns his bike around so that he is facing the direction he wants to go. When the bike signal turns green, he simply rides through the intersection. If you want to turn right into the bike lanes from the opposite side of the street, it's pretty simple. You can see the cyclist is on the opposite side of the intersection. He rides through the intersection and then turns right into the protected bike lane. Cyclists wanting to make a left-hand turn from the opposite side of the street into the facility can do a two-stage turn. He rides through the intersection and turns right into the protected bike lane behind the cyclist that's already waiting. This is a great illustration why motorists can't turn right on red on a road with a protected facility. Confident riders can still do a typical left-hand turn once all of the traffic has passed. Mind you, they'll have to ride further into the intersection in order to get in line with the protected bike lane. You'll notice green paint throughout the corridor, and these are areas where cyclists, motorists, and pedestrians need to be most aware of one another. When you're in the protected bike lanes, remember it's a two-way bike lane. Pass only when it's safe to do so, and yield to pedestrians along the corridor. And whether you're on a bike or you're on a skateboard, you're going to want to stop at the stop line and wait for the cycling traffic signal to tell you you can go. Now let's look at exiting the facility. So we have a skateboarder staying on the right side of the protected lanes, riding through the intersection along the green paint, and we have a cyclist coming up behind who wants to turn right. So she is turning left to get inside one of the bike turn boxes. Okay, let's look at that same maneuver from a different angle. Our cyclist comes into the bike turn box from the protected facility, and you can see at this intersection, the bike turn box is 2 lanes in width because there's 2 lanes of traffic. And again, that same turn from a different angle. And this is a good illustration why there's no right turn on red for motorists behind the bike boxes, because they need to allow cyclists the opportunity to turn into the bike turn boxes to make these maneuvers. A reminder for motorists to stay behind the stop line behind the bike box so that cyclists can get into the bike box whether there is anyone there to begin with or not. And then the cyclists go straight through the intersection and they have left the protected facility. Okay, now let's look at another two-stage turn when coming from the opposite direction. This is when a cyclist wants to exit the facility and turn left. The cyclist is going to want to wait until their traffic signal shows a green light, and then they are going to want to yield to pedestrians crossing the crosswalk. Once the intersection is clear, they're going to turn right into the bike turn box in order to perform this left-hand turn. Let's look at that maneuver again from another angle. The cyclist comes through the intersection and they turn around in the bike turn box to line themselves up to go straight through the intersection. Cyclists, these turn boxes are made for you, so this is your place to be waiting at the intersection. So that's how you enter and exit a two-way protected bike lane. Whether you're on a board or a bike, cruise with courtesy and have fun.